So we're going to draw one of the characters from the book Norton and the Bear. We're going to draw the mouse because that's a cute little character. It's going to teach you how to draw him now. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to draw a backwards letter C, just like that. Remember, keep it light till you get it right. At the end of the backwards C, we're going to come into a triangle. So I put in a navigating point here, and I go to there, to there, and this will become his face. I need 2 ears, so I'm going to do a circle at the top and a circle on the side. And put another circle inside those so they look a bit more like ears. That's it. I'm going to put a circle on the end of his nose, 2 eyes, and a little smiley mouth. He's a happy mouse. For the body, I just want to create almost like a teardrop shape. So I'll put a little navigating line here and here, and I'm going to come down into a bottom circle, half circle, and back up. He needs a couple of little feet here and here, and a curly little tail here. So this is the base of my mouse. Now I want to customize some of the clothing that he'll wear, similar to the clothing that was used in the story. So I'm going to put a jumper on him, a pair of pants, maybe a hat, a couple of little items to just spruce him up a bit. So here I'm going to give him a jumper that has a neck to it. Because I don't have any arms on him yet, I'm going to add those in too. So I'm going to put in 2 little lines and just a couple little ends on them, little circles on the end. I'm going to cut the jumper off halfway. I'm going to do it just as a little smiley face so it shows the roundness of his belly. And I want to include a pattern through the middle, so another 2 slightly round lines. And in here I'm going to put a zigzag pattern. I'll put some pants on him here and just a little belt buckle. Because in the story, Norton loved to dress uniquely. So all the characters that I will practice drawing will need to have a set of unique clothes that are a bit different for them. So for this one, I think I will give him a top hat. So I'm going to put it behind the ears. So I'm going to put 2 lines, and I'm going to put a circle on top to make a top hat. And I'm going to have it come across the front here like this. So he has a bit of a top hat. I need the hat to come down to here. So I'm coming down across the top of the ears. If you have a rubber, you can rub out the ears that we've gone over. If you don't have a rubber, one of the other things you can do is just do a shade over the top of those ears so you can't notice them. So I'm going to draw the bear next to the mouse character. For in the story, Norton, the moral of the story is Norton was getting upset that the bear was dressing the same as him, and he saw it as copying. But in actual fact, it was a compliment that the bear liked what Norton wore. He liked that he was different and unusual and was confident and courageous enough to dress in his own style. So I'd like to continue that story on and have the bear dressed a certain way and the mouse copying that as well, because ultimately it is a compliment that we all like to look, sometimes like to wear the same outfits as each other, to say, I like that about you. So the first shape I'm going to draw, because bear's quite a large fellow, is I'm going to draw him next to mouse, but he's almost like a big round circle to begin with. So remember to keep it light till you get it right. So we want this round shape of his body. Then at the top here, his head comes off the top and it's a little bit flat. We want it a little bit flat at the top here, because this is where we're going to put the top hat the same as this one. Then his face scoops down, his nose comes up. He's got quite a pointy nose. So we scoop down into a smiley face up to a point, and from that point, we'll put a dot there so we know we're going to scoop back down to here. And this is the part of his mouth that opens up. In his open mouth, then we leave the mouth open and we create a chin, so we come out again, out with a little scoop, and we scoop back into his neck. So this is the beginning of his face. Let's put his nose in so he looks a bit more realistic. So he's got quite a black nose on the end, and he's got some dots that come off that black section at the back. He's got just one little dot eye and an eyebrow up. And over here on the side, he has a letter C, which is his ear. At this point, we're going to add his legs in, and he has quite long legs, skinny long legs. So they 2 lines next to each other, and a little foot out, and 2 lines next to each other, and a little foot out. We need to put his arms in. So we'll have one arm coming off the side going up. So 2 lines next to each other with a bit of a bend in the elbow and a hand. And on the other side, we'll have the arm coming up with a bit of a bend in the elbow and a line next to it again and a little hand. Now we'll put on his top hat so that he's similar to the mouse. So we're creating a small smiley face here, 2 lines up. I'm putting it on a bit of an angle because Bear looks like he'll have his on a bit of an angle. And then at the top here, we do this shape here, which is called an ellipsis, like what we did on this one. To get an ellipsis, you can do a letter C at one end and a letter C at the other end, and then just join the lines up if you want to. And I think we'll colour his hat in the same as the mouse's. So I want to replicate the same clothing. So here I'm going to give him a scoop neck jumper, smile with smiley face lines. Through the middle, I want 2 smiley face lines, and in between there is going to be the zigzag of this jumper. And then I want another scoop line for the end of the jumper, another scoop line for the pants, and a square inner square for the belt. I might just darken up this part here where his body goes and darken up this part here.